To Nissan e.dams driver Maximilian Günther, to tag Heuer Porsche Formula E driver Andre Lotterer, and Mercedes EQ driver Nyck de Vries. Now, first of all, question for all of you. Looking back to Monaco, a couple of weeks ago, Gen 3 car was launched. What were your initial thoughts, and what are your thoughts now?
I think the concept is very unique and very different compared to other championships, and I think that's what's Formula E about, to be different, and I think it's a spectacular design for sure, and I think we all had the same impression about it, and I think it's gonna be great in terms of the racing that it will provide for the championship, with more power, with more region. I think already now it's very spectacular, and really the Gen 3 brings it to a new level.
Nick, looking forward to getting your hands on it?
Yeah, certainly. I think it's going to be interesting to deal with obviously the front motor and how that is going to affect the engine of the corner with regenerating, and how the front and the rear axles are going to interact with each other. I think that will be a big topic, or part of the kind of development, because obviously the extra power is not a real big deal. It's fairly simple to achieve that. So I think really the software around that is going to be an interesting challenge, and along that I'm looking forward to the potential sporting changes, because obviously we would like to introduce a kind of attack pit stop. So I'm curious to see how that can spice up the races a little bit more, and to see if we can just improve the racing from that perspective.
And Andre, obviously someone that's had a lot of experience driving different machines, how do you think this will compare the Gen 3 car?
Yeah, it certainly sounds interesting. Let's see how it will feel on track. The figures speaking for themselves, so it should be more enjoyable, more agile. I've been speaking to Ben, who did the development and who was my teammate at Le Mans at the 24 Hours. So he said it's a big step, a bigger step that there's been between Gen 1 and Gen 2. So let's see how it will be. I think with a more agile car, definitely will be able to race harder and maybe more precise moves. So let's see.
Nice. Maximilian, racing at home this weekend in Germany. You've got fond memories. You had a win here in 2020. This season has been a bit of a tough start, but what are your expectations for the weekend ahead?
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, I think it's always great to race on home soil, and I mean, it was on the one hand super nice to win here in season 6, but obviously it was without any spectators, so it was not quite the same feeling that you usually get for a home win. Still, it was nice, and I think racing is always good here. It's a track where you can overtake really well, where energy management obviously is very important, and as well, like the tarmac is very unique here, so you've got kind of different challenges on this track. And yes, I mean, you mentioned it was not an easy start for us so far this season. We knew about it, and we accept this challenge, and for me it's always the same. I'm going into the race weekends always focusing on my job and trying to extract everything.
And Andre, is also a home race for yourself and the team as well. Monaco didn't end in exactly the greatest ways it could for the team, both cars having to retire, but on a positive, the cars do look quick. So what does that give you in terms of confidence going ahead in this race?
Yeah, we look at the positives. We've been qualifying well, playing at the front, had a really good weekend in Mexico, so the average performance is there, I would say. I qualified in the duels at every race, so we just need things to line up nicely to be in the top 3, and the potential is definitely there on various tracks, so it's a good sign. We really came a long way to improve a lot from the first season with the team, and still looking for more. So here, big home race, like you said, for Pascal, for me, so a full German team, so hopefully that will give us a little extra boost.
Nice. And Nick, talking of good moments here, last time over here you claimed your World Championship title in a very dramatic final race. So fair to say, fond memories?
Yeah, I think we as a team have good memories here in Berlin. Obviously in 2021 we scored our first 1-2 with Stoffel winning the race, and we ended the kind of season 6 on a high, and last year we were fortunate enough to clinch both championships. But as much as I like to think back, and this has a sort of special place in our hearts, we are also living to, we're living 8 months further down the line, and we're in a new championship. So we're living in the present, and we try to achieve the best possible result today and this weekend. So that's where our focus will be.
So like you said there, looking at this season and the upcoming race, the season started off very strongly for the team, for yourself as well, and sort of dropped off slightly in the last few races. Can you give us any insight on why? Is it the circuits, is it the qualifying format, changes to the car, or is it just plain bad luck?
I'm actually quite positive about really our start of the season. Obviously, on my side of the garage, we've had 3 difficult races, but I don't think that there was necessarily anything wrong. I do feel that probably race pace has been our main point of attention, because we were not always as competitive as we would have liked, because we often started in the front, but we were not able to capitalize on a pole or P3 starting position. So that's definitely an area we need to pay attention to. But then sometimes things don't work out and they don't come your way, and I feel like the coin just didn't drop in our direction, which sometimes happens, and you just have to accept it and keep the faith and make sure you stay on it and keep working, and then sooner or later things will come around. But I feel like Monaco was actually a really good weekend for us, even though the result was poor. But then little things can make big differences, and that is what this championship is about.
Andre, you mentioned a second ago about qualifying, getting up there, being playing with the best in the new format. What is it about the new format that works so well for you? Is it the pressure of the duels format?
I think more is like the old format was not good for me, because it was really going into a lot of unknown, and it just got into a rhythm last year where a few times it didn't work out, so it just was really not in my natural flow, and not being able to perform where I'm supposed to, or how I'm supposed to perform. And now it's just I feel where I need to be with the car and with what I'm acting and what I'm doing, and I have a good car as well, so I'm able to put things together, and it just feels a lot more natural.
Question for all 3 of you, starting with you, Max. The track's going to be reversed for the second